Welcome back to the Pyramid, Long Beach State University. Just in case you need a pen, Trace, I know where you can find one. That guy is planning ahead. He knew that he was coming to watch 6 games today, so he brought 48 pens.
So 3 pens down, and he's still got plenty to spare, huh, for this evening's games? He's
taking some notes. He's keeping the stats. And, like everybody else here, he's having a good time. He's enjoying some good basketball.
I'll tell you, great high school basketball. Great atmosphere here at the Pyramid. It'd be a great atmosphere in Sacramento for the state championships as Northern Cal champ meets Southern Cal champ. And this is going to be a great fourth quarter.
A more experienced Vista Murrieta team down by 4 as we start the fourth. To the young and energetic Brea Olinda team. And we're now down to a 2-point game.
So Chia spreading the floor, creating one-on-one opportunities, breaks down the defender, and puts the first 2 points on the board in this quarter.
Here's Rochelle with the ball. Hit a few threes early in the game. Here is Richardson from deep. No good.
Murrieta trying to trap on the wings, drawing the double teams on the defense.
Turnover there from Jalen Brown. She tries to get it back to UL. Here's Fumatu resetting the offense. Richardson down low on UL. This is a good battle. There's Rochelle from 3, no good. Rebound goes to the Broncos.
Yeah, Rochelle just can't find that comfort. Saw that she was actually taking the shot, falling backwards.
That was she pulled the trigger probably a little quickly on that one. Here's UL up, no good. Battling for the rebound is Cooper. Brea's going to bring it back down with a 2-point lead.
Yeah, Murrieta's getting good looks in the paint. They just can't finish. When you've got Brown inside trying to do cleanup and can't finish it, just got to keep attacking.
Matu to Richardson. Richardson slithers along the baseline, and she's fouled once again.
It's almost like you know she's going baseline, and you can't stop her. It's kind of the land of the lost. She's gone there at least a half a dozen times in the last 6 minutes between last quarter and this quarter. And there is no stopping Riley Richardson from the baseline right now.
I would love to be a fly on the wall in that huddle, hearing what Jeff Sink is saying to his players, considering he was just hopping up and down the sideline a couple of minutes ago. 42-40, 6:04 left in the game. The winner advances to the state championship game. It's going down to the wire here in Long Beach.
Who says success doesn't happen overnight? That's exactly when it happens. Night after night after night. Smoke 9. It took 9 iterations and countless hours to get that mesquite bite and smoky finish just right. Get it before it's gone. Only at Wingstop. Get at it.
Daddy, we don't say words like that.
Do you know a high school senior that excels athletically, academically, and is a standout in their community? If so, then nominate him or her for the Time Warner Cable Sports Championship Drive Scholarship Program, presented by Shakey's Pizza. The student athletes that are selected will be awarded a $2,500 college scholarship and profiled on Time Warner Cable Sportsnet, highlighting their achievements on and off the field. Visit TWCSChamp.com for complete details.
Welcome back to the Pyramid at Long Beach State University. 42-40, Brea Olinda on top of Vista Murrieta, but this has gotten a lot closer than it was in the second half. Brittany Reed, one of the reasons why.
Yeah, a little R&R. This time Reed, who can penetrate back to the basket, great off the glass, has that explosive jump. And the other R is Richardson. Look how many defenders she can take to the basket. We'll take on 3 or 4, but it's that quick first step and the finish for Richardson. And one of the things that Kurt Ruth, the head coach for Vista Murrieta, said is we can't allow Richardson to go off on us. If we do, we are not going to win this game.
Richardson calmly sinks the free throw for her 15th point of the game. And you can see a choreographed Brea bench. Fun to watch.
Yeah, Jeff's sink is so emotional here. It heavily invested in that his team stays with the game plan. That is, okay, aggressive man-to-man. Everybody crashes the boards.
Inside to Brittany Reed. Tough turnaround jumper goes.
There have been size mismatches all morning long for Vista Murrieta against Brea Olinda, and it takes this, recognizing it and shooting over it and finishing. And that is going to be the difference maker if they can continue to do it.
Three-point play the old-fashioned way, and we're back to a one-point ball game. Richardson comes to get the ball from Brea.
So look how aggressive Ulel is guarding Richardson, not letting her get that first step.
Oh, great move by Richardson.
Wow.
It's it to go.
Basket by Riley Richardson.
She is so difficult to defend.
What'd she take? 3 defenders, and she left Ulel just kind of standing there saying, what just passed me?
Yeah, she crossed her up a couple of times. This is Chia against a much taller defender. Ulel tries to save it, can't quite get there, so Brea will take over.
Just watch Ulel kind of, all right, I got you. I'm going to get you to go to your right. Now you're going to go to your left, and I'm just going to watch you finish. That is talent. Getting your defender to commit her body weight to one side, recognizing that when she does, you're going to cross over, dribble, and go down the lane.
Richardson leads all scorers now with 18 points, but they turn it over. Here's Ulel. They have the numbers. She kicks it out to Brittany Reed. Easy pull-up jumper, no good.
What you see Brea Olinda doing is pushing Vista Murrieta 7 feet and out. They're forcing their bigs to make these jump shots so they can't get the give-me's 3 feet and in.
Here's Michelle with her first 3 of this half. She, of course, had 3 to start the game. 49-43, 6-point ball game. Brea's on top.
So right now, if you're Vista Murrieta, you say, okay, I can't get Richardson contained, and you can't tell me Rochelle's going to start going off again.
Baseline move in and out for Kaylani Cooper. Brea gets the rebound, but you can see the Broncos trying to apply the pressure here. Richardson down low, no good for Marsh. Here's Chia, just kind of drops it off there for Brittany Reed, who converts.
Broncos basket by Brittany Reed.
Now here's your player that averages close to 18 points a game in Brittany Reed. She is your glue, your stabilizer. She's your MVP. She's the one with the final 3.5 minutes. You got to get the ball to her.
Wide open. Weak side defense wasn't there. And 35, Tyona Watkins takes advantage. Again, Kaylani Cooper tries to go baseline foul on the play.
So many weapons for this Brea Olinda team. Just when you got Richardson going, there goes Rochelle. She opens it up for 3, and then they find Watkins underneath. And for Jeff Sink, who never stops talking and never stops coaching, and gets in with all of his fiber to this and says, come on, I am emotionally invested. I've been here. We are the team that has been in this championship the most here in SoCal. Follow me. Whereas the newbie, Kurt Ruth, in his first year says, okay, I've got the veterans, but we've been trailing most of this game.
The free throws are going to be a key. Kaylani Cooper hits that one, and it is back to a 5-point ball game with just over 3 minutes to go here in the fourth. Rochelle is open, pulls the trigger, and is just short of that 3-point attempt. But there for the rebound and the putback is Watkins. Jaylen Brown spinning in the lane, fouled.
Another opportunity for Watkins as she cleans glass, has 2 defenders to her back, puts the ball on the floor, and goes back strong to help clean the glass for Brea Olinda. And you get the feeling that Jeff Sink says, okay, Rochelle, you stand out there, you bring the ball up for us, you hit threes. Richardson, you create and penetrate. And Watkins, you do everything else to clean the glass.
Right.
Total team buy-in by Brea Olinda right now.
Jaylen Brown will be at Cal next year, hits both free throws, makes it a 5-point game one more time. We talked about Watkins, 12.7 rebounds, kind of what she's done most of the year, averaging 18 and 8 per game.
Yeah.
We have a full slate of games here at the Pyramid. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 6 championship games here. We are going to be featuring Redondo Union and Crespi coming up after this game. Then it's the Poly girls in the open division against number 1 seeded Chaminade. And the headline event tonight in the boys open division, Bishop Montgomery taking on the number 1 team in the country, Chino Hills.
Yeah, and you say number 1 team in the country, and the luxury here in California, the talent is so good that many of these teams are tops in the nation, top 10 in the nation in all of girls and boys high school basketball. So you're in for a real treat if you're coming to the Pyramid or you're watching on Time Warner Cable.
That was the Redondo Union girls here to support their guys who are playing right after this game. 2:45 left on the clock. Brea trying to hold on to their lead. Skip pass across the court to Richardson. Richardson drives, finds Rochelle on the other side of the court. She's short.
You know, and I'm a little surprised Vista Murrieta didn't come out of that timeout and step up the pressure, try to trap, try to get in transition, try to force momentum here a little bit. They didn't want Brea Olinda to get in transition, but they are very good in the open floor.
Chia gets it inside to Brown. Brown spins in the lane, gets it to go.
Got Brown to go isolation, one-on-one, and with her big body was able to create an opportunity. No one, though, for Vista Murrieta was crashing the glass. She needs some help there.
Got it down low to Richardson. Richardson's fouled. Brittany Reed with the contact.
Almost looked like Richardson had positioned herself too far underneath the basket.
Brea now in the bonus. Riley Richardson at the line, shooting 2.
Boy, all the free throws that we have seen in the first 3 games, Richardson has been the best free throw shooter, boys or girls, so
no
far.
doubt. No doubt. Has a chance to make it a 5-point game with 1:50 to go.
And it's simple fundamentals, right? We all take for granted the fundamentals of the sport, but when you do them well, they add up into points. And right now, her free throws are the difference.
Chia gets the ball to Brittany Reed, and she's going to have to be the playmaker. Takes a 3 from deep, in and out. They're likely going to have to start fouling her pretty soon. They need to call a timeout because Brea needed to get it across half court.
Timeout, Brea Olinda.
Yeah, and you didn't see Vista Murrieta. They're not forcing tempo. That shot, they had time to break it down and get some higher percentage shot. They're trying to do too much too early, and it's just thinking through your shots. And it's almost like Jeff Sink has his team so well coached that they slowed it down. They know to give it to Richardson. When she's double teamed, they kick it out to Rochelle. They use Watkins to camp out. And every once in a while, Fumatu will go try and break it down off the dribble. But also they've committed to defense. For Vista Murrieta, I'd like to see more from the big three, Ulel, Reed, and Brown. If they could combine and continue to paint that glass. Look, they combine for over 40 points a game, and they haven't come close to that here.
You can see as Jeff Sink coaches him up, his job made a lot easier when you have Riley Richardson on the court. She averages 22 a game. She has 20 today.
And you see why, because she's got all the tools. She is the distributor. She can run the floor. She can break you down off the dribble. She loves that baseline. That baseline should just say Riley Richardson, because she's been camping out on it so long and has had so much success. That and the foul line. It's baseline, foul line for Riley Richardson today.
You know, a lesson for all young players. You watch Riley Richardson play, it's hard to tell which is her dominant hand, because she can go to the rack with both of them.
A great point.
Here's Rochelle with the ball for Brea. Beat up by Kehlani Cooper.
They're just going to eat the clock as long as Vista Murrieta's going to let them.
Ulel playing some sticky defense. No foul called, then yes, there is a foul called on Ulel.
And what you saw Ulel try to do was extend her leg to cut off that quick first step of Richardson, and that's where she got called for the foul. It was like Dancing with the Stars there for a second. You know, Richardson would move, Ulel would move. Richardson would move, and then finally Richardson started that quick first step, and Ulel just couldn't stop her.
You know, one of the new stars of Dancing with the Stars this year, Super Bowl MVP Von Miller. He has a quick first step. I can tell you that much. Back to a 6-point game, just over a minute left. If there's one person you probably don't want to foul, it's Richardson.
Yeah.
Here's Shia bringing the ball up, and the fact that she wasn't called for a travel there, a bit of a surprise. Basket and the foul as Brittany Reed will get a chance to tighten things up just a bit.
Score the basket by Brittany Reed.
Well, look at Reed now taking matters into her own hands. She's not going to be denied. Keeping that ball high, protecting it, using her body as the barrier. Still time.
Getting the foul situation all sorted out on the sideline with the scoring table.
18 fouls on the Wildcats. Reed is at the line, shooting one.
One shot for Brittany Reed, who has 21 in the game. She has not come off the floor tonight. The glue for this team, and if Vista Murrieta is going to come back, she will likely have a big part in that.
And here comes the full court pressure. You want the ball in Richardson's hand. They just can't catch her.
Richardson's going to go all the way coast to coast, and there's a blocking foul. She'll get a free throw as well.
If you're Brea Olinda, that play couldn't have been any better for you. You get it in your star player. She takes time off the clock. She draws contact and has a chance for a three-point play. You can't even let her touch the ball if you're Vista Murrieta. The great disruptor is Riley Richardson.
Well, the minute she gets the ball, the minute the press is broken.
Yeah.
And once again, she's at the free throw line.
Looks like Jalen Brown will foul out for Vista Murrieta.
So what's he saying right now? What is Kurt Ruth saying to his players?
If you lose Jalen Brown to her 5th personal foul, and it looks like there's some discussion on the side there, if that's Reed or Brown.
Cotton returns for Vista Murrieta, replacing Brittany Reed. Reed finishes with 22 points.
So that's Reed who picks up the 5th personal foul. Brown stays in. So there's your leading scorer on the bench. You've got to put it in the hands of Brown to use that size with Ulel. Quickly get the ball down the floor. And on the defensive end, do not let Richardson touch the basketball. You got to push.
There's Chia, the veteran point guard, to Ulel. Begging for the ball on the paint is Brown. Brown turnaround jumper, she's fouled.
So it took 3 passes to get her the basketball. She gets it at the free throw line, 15 feet. She's triple teamed, and she still manages to make something out of that play.
Has a chance to make it a 5-point game if she makes both of these. Gets the first one. Mari Cooley, number 22, with head coach Kurt Ruth getting ready to check into the game. Second free throw, good. And here comes Cooley.
Amari Cooley returns for Vista Marietta.
She checks in for Kaylani Cooper.
Yeah, you got to deny Richardson the ball. Rochelle, the other good ball handler, and she's got it now.
Call the foul on Chia, so Rochelle's going to go to the line. 60-55. 5-point game with just under 42 seconds to go.
You know, so many of these championship games, we've been watching NCAA basketball, we've been watching here high school basketball. It comes down to these final minutes and who can and who can't shoot free throws. And do it under pressure with a state championship game hanging in the balance. And when Jeff Sink said, you know, I'd rather come in here and feign ignorance and just let these guys kind of feel their way through this game, I have not once gotten the sense that they've been fazed by this whole atmosphere. Maybe the first minute, but other than that, this Brea Olinda team has just kind of dialed it out and focused on fundamentals.
Now Rochelle misses the first free throw badly, remains cool, sinks the second, makes it a 6-point ball game. Chia bringing the ball up for the Broncos. Again, trying to find Brown down low. Brown, little underhand scoop shot doesn't go. And they call a foul.
Well, this is where Brown's missing Brittany Reed to clean some glass on the other side for her because she's having to clean up her own miss.
Vista Marietta fouls on 33, Jalen Brown, her third personal.
And then with the loose ball, she picks up the foul.
Man, once again, you're sending Richardson to the line, who hasn't missed since last month.
And you see why Brea Olinda is 10th nationally, 5th in the state of California, is if you can neutralize a team that has 3 players playing Division I basketball next year by sticking to fundamentals and believing and buying into this system of frenetic defense, putting it in the hands of Richardson and kicking it out to Rochelle, letting Watkins clean the glass once in a while. I mean, that is a story to be told. You've got Sacramento written all over you.
Well, they're up by 8 with 30 seconds to go. It would take a big comeback.
But look at the body language there. If you're looking at Vista Marietta, it's kind of players resigned to, all right, well, maybe, yeah, okay, coach, we'll maybe get it done. You look on the other side, and these guys are hungry. They're still engaged. They're like, okay, let's get another basket. Let's get some more points. Let's get some opportunities. And it's that hunger that I've seen in Brea Olinda from the get-go. Vista Marietta had it coming out in the first quarter, but as Brea Olinda started to kind of take control of tempo and momentum, it says a lot here in championship play.
Well, and let's not forget that Brittany Reed, the MVP of this team, is on the bench right now.
Yeah, fouled out of this game, and you miss her 18 points, 9 rebound average, but you also miss her leadership, right? When the going gets tough, you want to go to your MVP, and you don't have her to go to. She's what got you here. You've got to finish without her and find a way to do it, and that comes down to Brown.
Yeah, they're going to lean on Jalen Brown, the Cal commit. Jalen Brown still not full strength after coming back from that torn ACL. She is going to wait as long as she can before she has to grab the ball, but they cannot waste a lot of time here. Kalani Cooper to pick up her dribble. She almost loses it.
Yeah, really stepping up.
Out of bounds. Brown had her foot on the line.
Vista Murrieta trying to get off a three. Every time they put their ball on the ground or try to create space, Brea Olinda closed the gap. Results in a turnover. Brea Olinda basketball.
Janae Fuamatu returns for Brea.
So they turn it over, and Vista Murrieta is going to get another shot here.
Inbound violation. Ball turned over to Vista Murrieta. Kehlani Cooper returns for the Broncos. Lyrie Jarrett is back in for the Wildcats.
She tries the reverse layup, and then she has to foul after the miss. And this one is just about in the books. Looks like Brea Olinda's done it.
Yeah, this is a team that I am so impressed. Came in kind of underselling themselves, vying for a trip to the state championship. They've got 17 regional finals. This is their 17th, and it had played throughout the country. They went to Morristown, Tennessee, Louisville, Kentucky, traveled down to La Jolla, and went up north just so they could get these youngsters in unfamiliar surroundings. It worked.
Yeah, I'd say so. 64-55, 13 seconds left. Brea Olinda 10 seconds away from advancing to the state championship game. Brown attempts the three, and this one is over. Brea Olinda wins the Southern California Regional Championship game and is moving on to the state finals.
Love the team play by Brea Olinda, led by Riley Richardson, the do-it-all type leader, unselfish, great quicks, but I like the defense, the total buy-in for Brea Olinda. If they could play both ends of the floor like that in Sacramento, they could walk away with a state championship.
Well, they look good tonight, taking down a veteran-laden, very experienced Vista Murrieta team. Congratulations to Jeff Sink and the Wildcats. He is 22 years in at Brea Olinda, and this could end up being one of his more talented teams. 13 freshmen or sophomores on this roster, and they are playing for a state championship in Sacramento.